Hello, it is Daisy. It is June 2022. From this point in time, without looking, I don't remember the last time I made a video. April or May. I think I'm gonna restart my weekly weight loss journey. A lot of things have been shifting in my mindset and what I've learned and what I'm doing, how I'm approaching weight loss, because I pushed and pushed and pushed for so long and got absolutely nowhere. And that is the feeling of insanity, honestly. It was frustrating. I'd have some progress, but other things, actually the root problem of my weight loss was not being solved, and I feel like I'm actually focusing on that component, and in time the work I do now will give me the results I need later. So yeah, with that being said, the reason I am restarting is because I reached my beginning weight, where I started September of 2021, and I am back in the 180s. And I'm not as beat up about it as I normally would have, because I am actually doing a different approach to this now. Instead of focusing on the diet so much, I am focusing on not having a diet. And the reason I say that is because I am going through this book with my therapist, The Glow Approach, by Lynn Schroyer. I think I pronounced that last name right. But this is actually, it says, change your relationship with food, transform your life. So I need to change my relationship with food and really solve this emotional binge eating. So that is where I am at right now. I weighed in this morning at 186. I don't look at the point right now. I am just kind of checking in with where I'm at. So one component to this is being female. We have cycles. So I noticed with my weight spiking at the time of having a period. So I need to just kind of take it easy on myself and really embody that. I would say it, I would know it, I've been told it, but I never embodied it. So I'm trying that now. And so I'm just going through this book, and honestly, I have never read a book that elicits a nonfiction book that elicits so much emotional response. And really, just like, I've reread paragraphs because my brain's like, just wait, what? Like, what am I reading? How like, why, like, oh gosh. Just reading some paragraphs and it's like, oh, they talking about me, and like, I see it now. So going through the glow approach and with my therapist, and she actually even printed out the appendixes to read at home, to fill out. There's a graph on the fridge. So I'm trying this. It's emotional, it's difficult, it's healing, and healing doesn't always feel good. So that's where I'm at. On top of that, I began plasma donations. I've heard that there is some health benefits to plasma donations, plus you get paid for it, so it kind of gets me out of the house and away from the kids and a break from the stay-at-home life. I hope to start working soon. I haven't been working since I began my dreadlock journey. I have not been working since healing trauma, healing complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and I think it's not really healing it as like you heal an injury and make it go away, which that's another thing. You heal an injury and it mostly goes away, but sometimes it comes back, and mental healing is the same way. Things kind of, it's like, oh, hey, I understand the situation now, but then something can kind of trigger it back, which triggers the emotional eating, which keeps me, so this is a trifecta of different things. Not only am I healing emotional eating to get weight loss, but I'm also healing trauma too. A lot of info in a little bit of time, but it's where I'm at within my weight loss journey, because this is something that just keeps going. So, yeah. And the reason I said something about plasma donations is because I actually have beta thalassemia. It translates to Mediterranean in the blood. I have a naturally low iron level all the time. I've always joked that I'm a permanently exhausted pigeon. Now I know why. I have beta thalassemia. So they do test your hematocrit at the plasma donations, and I've been watching this number drop over time, slowly. And I'm like, okay, I know I've been eating bread. Maybe it's part of the problem. I need to eat more meat. But then I'm reading information about beta thalassemia that's like, you're not supposed to eat high iron stuff. So I'm getting this confusing mishmash of information I don't know what to do with. So I started taking a B vitamin, and I'm kind of wanting to see how this helps in a way. So yeah, but with this book, it kind of recommends in a weird way. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but don't stick to a diet. Don't try and stick to a diet. Quit restricted eating. And in a way, carnivore is definitely restricted eating. You're literally eating protein and fat. That's it. No carbs. Like the lowest of low carb diets. Carnivore. And not having this carnivore mentality really has taken a weight off my chest. Like, I don't need to hold myself to this level. I can't make it at this level yet. So it's interesting to see, because I'm just eating what I want, and it's weird. It's so weird. I'm just like, oh, you know, I feel like eating a donut. So we got donuts one day. It's like, that's weird, because growing up, like, I've been always told this is what you have to eat. You have to stick to low carb. Like, I was at low carb by the time I was 15. So it's just weird to, like, not have that pressure on my chest that I'm not supposed to eat a donut. I'm not supposed to eat a bowl of cereal. Like, I'm not supposed to make pancakes and enjoy them. Like, enjoying food just because I want to eat it is a very strange feeling. Because it's like low carb was just jammed down my throat, almost literally, by my father. So this is weird to me. To just enjoy food just because I feel like eating it. But I still have a problem where my food of choice is normally high sugar, high fat. Like chocolate, ice cream, and I don't do a little bit, I do a lot. And so, like, massive amounts of chocolate eating at a time, big bowls of ice cream, like, I can't count how many times we've made tater tots and turned them into nachos, like a big bowl of tater tots. And it's like, but I'm noticing one thing, even though I'm eating what I want, I've been able to identify when I'm actually full. And that's one thing that this book has helped me understand. To notice when I'm actually full, so I'm not going into this point of overeating and over-consuming. Exercising, instead of exercise being a place for diet, it is a place for stress relief. So I've shifted my mindset about diet and what exercise means for that. I'm exercising for stress relief. You know, I stay home all the time. I barely leave. I don't have friends to hang out with. I am completely isolated out here. My best friend, you know, is in 400 miles away. I don't have friends out here. So it's very isolating. So I'm using exercise for stress relief to break that cycle, to help with cortisol, to instead of weight loss and diet. So that's been different too. Which is great. I began to exercise more regularly. However, the problem is I ended up with my knee injury again. But this time, since I noticed the signs sooner, I didn't push so hard and cause further injury. So I noticed the signs and I just riced my leg. Rest, ice, compression, and elevate. And did that for 5 days, and I actually did another exercise this morning. So I was more mindful of my knee. And when I was shadow boxing, I really made sure that my knee was stable and not shifting side to side. The more weight I've gained, I've noticed how my hips and knees and ankles are reacting. I've noticed I had a swollen ankle for a few days. So, yeah, really, I want to get to a healthy point again, to a healthy weight, and feel much better. However, the drive that I have towards that isn't matching physically where I'm able to be. So, yeah, we're getting there. Even though weight-wise I've increased, mentally I feel like I did a little bit of catching up to where I need to be. So, I'm hoping to see what kind of changes I will make moving forward. I need to get back to reading this. I took a few days off from reading this book. But we're getting there. So, yeah. We'll see you in the next update. Bye.